as independent contractors rather than employees. The implications for this, for companies like Uber, Lyft, and others would be profound. Hundreds of $1 million worth of new costs for employee benefits, a huge fusion of power in the hands of workers who have few legal rights as long as they're not employees. To head off the bill, companies are themselves pushing for an alternative proposal that would dangle some job improvements like portable benefits for workers, but would keep them as independent contractors, keeping them with benefits that are not legally mandated and can just be taken away at any moment and are totally within the power of manipulation for by the company. Like, they could just do whatever they want on them. They could add to them, they could keep them, or they could get rid of them. Like, there's so many different things that could happen there. So, that's why it's such an important thing to have this labeled the right way. So that's the truth there, and why this bill is so interesting. And that is probably one of those scary, because they can just manipulate the system so easily. When it comes to these independent contractors, and these are real people trying to get ahead in an economy, get a little job on the side, and they just get manipulated by these big companies, just make profit on top of profit on top of profit on top of profit. So, as you may be able to tell, the situation is quite disturbing, I must say. So the California bill, AB5, would tighten legal standards, which is a very good thing. So key to success of the kind of alternative work, the strategy, the success of these companies is to make the case that these workers are actually against this bill. They are against this AB5 bill that is going to make it easier for them to have more rights and get a better piece of the pie. In service of this, a misleading internal PR campaign is in full swing. Earlier this month, Postmates ran a full-page newsletter ad featuring the names of workers it said were in favor of the company's alternative proposal. Some of the workers later told Splinter News that they didn't know their names would be used in such an ad. Now, Uber and Lyft are in the midst of their own employee recruitment campaign. Drivers from both campaigns forward emails the company just sent out with workers of this purpose. This is one from Uber. Quote, help keep your ability to work when and where you want. Your access to flexible work could be at risk if lawmakers in Sacramento do not take action in the next few weeks. If continuing to control when, where, and how you want to work is important to you, then it is absolutely critical to raise your voice now and let lawmakers know how you feel. Some lawmakers are suggesting that all drivers should become employees of Uber, whether or not they prefer it. Instead, Uber is advocating for a brand new policy that would protect your access to flexible work while also ensuring you earn a minimum wage of approximately $21 per hour when driving with a passenger or going to pick them up, including costs for average expenses, while always preserving your ability to make more, providing access to robust benefits such as paid time off, sick leave, and compensation if you're injured while driving for Uber. Important loophole there. If you get injured while driving, does that mean you get injured in the car? Or does that mean if you're sick while you're driving for Uber, do you get off? That's a little unclear to me. Maybe I'm missing something here pretty obvious, but I don't know. It's a little unclear to me because that's the second bullet point. Third is empowering drivers to have a collective voice with rideshare companies and establishing your right to elect your own representatives with the power to influence decisions about your work. Uber believes that this innovative new model will protect drivers' ability to work on their own terms while maintaining the flexibility you've come to depend on. But to make this possible, California needs to update the law. Lawmakers detail this. That flexible work is important to use in a position, blah, 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 blah. So the website the company sent up is called independentdriver.org. That's a little Orwellian. Cast the entire issue as a fight for driver independence and flexibility, and solicits videos and stories from drivers to bolster the company's case. So, PR gold, pretty much. That's what they want to do. It's pretty much a resourcer. It's pretty much a magnet for people who pretty much want to be traders to their company, traders to their worker, or sellouts to their companies, traders for their average colleagues, and pretty much put that out there. Very, very disturbing. So please take action to avoid putting rideshare as we know it at risk in California. That's the one that is very, very rough there. Lyft also sent one out to act now to protect rideshare in California. They pretty much want to fix it. That's really what they want to do. Strangely, neither of these companies' emails explain to drivers the fundamental rights and power they would gain by being classified as employees. So, no doubt. just a little oversight. Maybe they just forgot about it, guys. It's totally okay. No. So yeah, if you're an Uber driver, pretty much what you should not do is sign that in any way, shape, or form. Like, no. Like, that's a very, very, very bad idea, I think. Because, yeah, again, obviously, I really don't think anyone's doing this, but, like, again, do your research, I think. It's so important, because some of the stuff in this email, like, especially the Uber one, I'm not going to really go for the Lyft one, because, like, it's Lyft. But, yeah, this Uber one here, it's, like, electing, like, a lot of it sounds good, but it's a little bit confusing. It's like, I want to ask him more questions. It's very, very vague. For example, this empowering drivers to have a collective voice with rideshare companies and establishing your right to elect your own representatives. Like, that means there's going to be a union? Is this union representative going on? Is that, are you explicitly talking about a union or some other kind of, like, union-esque, union-light system that, like, Uber will have cooked up for their own benefits, a union founded on the terms of management? Like, is that what that means, or is it going to be a full-on union that will be, like, okay, like, and accepted in, like, it's very, very important to do your own research on this, not trust the word of mouth with the company, because the company is not going to be straight with you. They're just not. They're trying to get you to do something that benefits them and only them, because they have their single responsibility, whatever, to get to their bottom line. Like, that's what they're going to do at all costs. And if they don't do that, that's going to be just about it for a lot of their profits. So they want to obviously stop that at all costs, pretty much. So anyway, that is pretty much the idea that they're trying to get across there with this. And I think it's important to all these people take a look at this, because independent contracting, not the best idea at all. So yeah. Yeah, that's all very interesting. Definitely keep an eye on how that's ready, because it's probably going to be an ongoing legal fight there. But you know what, guys? Second straight show in a row. We did this on Culture, too. We're talking about TikTok, folks. A Nevada teen's TikTok went viral over the past week after calling for her peers at her school district to strike in solidarity with the teachers over a contract dispute, and won. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Last week, Jillian Sullivan, who's a student at the Clark County School District, CCSD, in Las Vegas. My district of school is also called CCSD, which comes up, this school district comes up like literally every time you search it up. She blasted the district on a video app explaining to viewers that teachers were not going to need to pay they deserve and were promised as well. So let's see if we can put that TikTok up there for you and play it for you in a second, which we will try to do here, and give you the kind of details of this kind of amusing situation. So yeah, here she is, and she's probably pretty, this is probably the best way you can get TikTok famous, as they call it. Probably the best way you can do it. Yeah, so,
Hi, this video is for kids who are in Clark County School
This
District.
is the audio
So
of
if you're
this.
not in CCSD, keep scrolling. So our district is refusing to give teachers who spent the past 3 years earning enough credits out of their own pockets, spending extra hours outside of school to earn credits to get a raise, and our district won't give it to them. Like, literally, they won't pay the teachers what the teachers earn. They've been lying to teachers and freezing their salary for over 13 years. Personally, I don't think this is fair, and I'm kind of like sick of our district thinking it's okay to walk all over teachers and students all of the time. Also, we literally have the worst school district in the United States. So if you're sick of this too, and you want respect for yourself as a student, but also for your teachers, please strike September 5th, because I'm done and you should be too. Like, teachers deserve more respect than that, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, so that's some pretty good stuff. I love to see that. Jillian Sullivan, please come on the show for that. Like, yeah, love to have you on Newsflash there, because that's some pretty cool stuff. Like, getting your school to do like a strike, support the teachers, and that was successful as well. It is cool. So, yeah, so that is, like, people are really reacting to this. Like, people saying, I'm in CCSD, how did this reach me? I'm scared, but I also completely agree. You know, where's a lot of school districts called Clark County? Like, that doesn't even make any sense. So yeah, so someone says, you've obviously never been to a Chicago public school, and it shows. Talking about like her statement, like we have like one of the worst districts in the country. Like that's interesting. Let's see. I'm not a teacher. I support this. Are you talking about CCSD in Nevada? Yeah, like people are getting very much into it. Our Hartford County schools, public schools, are broken. We get a new superintendent every year. Every school is overpopulated, and they just got a ton of teachers. So people talk like public education in this country. Like people do not realize how bad it is in a lot of places. Yeah. So, and then of course, good news: CCSD finally agreed to comply with the contract and give teachers the raise they earned. Strike canceled, but thank you for the support. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. They didn't have to strike in the first place. That's nice, because that probably would have put a lot of pressure. Because like kids striking, not good. You don't want to have it happen if you don't have to. Yeah. So the school district and the local teachers union and Clark County Education Association were in a contract dispute over a salary system agreement the two had previously agreed upon, which gives teachers for pursuing higher education beyond a master's degree, they give them a raise for doing that. In a proposed contract for the 2019-2021, CCSD left out that salary agreement, which was a slap in the face for teachers who invested thousands to pursue higher education and the possibility of a raise. So, like, yeah, they would love it. Sullivan told Teen Vogue she called for the strike because the teachers themselves couldn't. In Nevada, teacher strikes are illegal, and if a judge issues an order blocking a strike, the union faces fines of up to $50,000 a day, with striking teachers subject to punishment or termination. The teachers union had threatened a strike on September 10th, but the district already filed a legal injunction against the strike, so that would have been very, very hard. But on Wednesday, union and the district reached an agreement, and obviously Sullivan canceled the strike, but said the students are ready to jump into action at a moment's notice. So yeah, it's cool. That kind of organization, very, very cool stuff. Love to see some of that take place. So, yeah, within the past 24 hours, the issue has been resolved, and the school district has offered to give the teachers raises. And a lot of that has to do with people going to social media, and it shows you the power that social media can have, like social media cancel culture, whatever. But sometimes you gotta cancel bad school districts. What can I say, folks? Like it's just how it's gotta work. Yeah, like that is, yeah, very, very good stuff, because we don't like. I think that like, I really don't know what to make of like the people our age, because like a lot of times we hear good things about them in Parkland. This and like them like doing good things that actually show that like they can help in the world and all that stuff, and like they're very liberal or whatever, and they're growing up in like a very interesting age. I think all of that's like kind of true, but there is such a large like there's a portion of people I know like worry about who are like get absolutely like their brains poisoned online with a bunch of like reactionary stuff. And again, there's a bunch of people who find good things online, so I don't think online necessarily is a problem, but like certain segments of it, because if you go in some places that you wouldn't expect, like I know tons of kids who are left leaning, and that happen to be in like areas that are considered quote unquote Trump country, and I happen to know a bunch of kids who are just kind of have very, very awful views in very, very liberal areas. So it's kind of a weird situation. But again, hopefully, and I can't make a judgment because I haven't been to every state in the country. I haven't met every kid. I haven't been to every town, obviously. And there's going to be conservative kids, obviously. The Gen Z and the Gen Z group. But let's hope, and I think it's true, that they're more good than the bad in this country. I think there really is. And there is now, based on the poll. Like, if you look at some of the polling here on this, and just on issues in general, more people are, more people are understanding of liberal causes than kind of Republican causes as well, on the face of things, which is like it's a very encouraging, I have to say. So, yeah, that's good. So good to see Gen Z making us a member of Gen Z, Jillian Sullivan, making us look good. So shout out to her. Thank you for that. This is a little bit of a